Yeah, Christian Watson is an interesting one for me. I just, when I think about this Packers offense, there's a lot of hype around Jaden Reed, and rightfully so. I mean, Jaden Reed, he can do a lot of things. He's not a one trick pony. He can carry the football. He's almost like a smaller Debo Samuel in some ways. I'm pretty sure for wide receivers, he had I think he was like in a top 5 for like 20-yard runs from the wide receiver position. So he's a solid player, but his cost is pretty expensive. Christian Watson, especially in best ball, like you're getting a guy like him in that like 80 to 100 range right now. And I really like I really like the cost for him. He led the team in targets when it comes to target share, red zone opportunities, touchdowns, yards, receptions, pretty much every single statistical category. And yes, Jaden Reed did break out later on in the season. But Christian Watson, I mean, when you see this guy play football, he is a special football player. The key with him is just health. That's what it's always been, but he's an alpha. Right. He is an alpha. He reminds me similar to Drake London in some ways, right? Similar body type, similar skill set. And so I'm banking on the fact that this whole offseason hamstring rehabilitation, is a real thing. They said that his one leg was like almost 20% bigger than the other one, which was leading to like a leg discrepancy or like just overcompensating on one leg, which was giving him hamstring injuries. I'm pretty sure he said that the size is pretty much like 5 to 8% now, which is a significant difference. But if I don't know, I'm not a doctor, but I'm willing to bank on the talent. And he seems like the favorite target on the field when he's healthy. And so I'll take the favorite target in an offense that we all pretty much expect to be a top 10, top 15 offense in the NFL. That's going as the second wide receiver in the offense at a round where if Christian Watson doesn't pan out, he's not torpedoing your team. He's not hurting you. You're not spending high draft capital. Last year, you're spending a lot higher draft capital than you are now. You're pretty much getting him 7th, 8th, 9th round. And I'm totally cool with that. And so, yeah, I love Christian Watson this year.
Yeah, I'm on the fence with Christian Watson. I worry about the injury. Now, there is a report out there, came out right around late May, I believe, that Christian Watson did see a specialist about his recurring lower body injuries. So that's good news when a player is taking it serious and they're trying to get this thing handled with the hamstring rehabilitation. So that is one thing that we can possibly hang our hat on when it comes to, hey, can this guy finally stay healthy? Going back like 2 years ago, Christian Watson, I remember he flashed a few games with Aaron Rodgers. Last year, we didn't really see the same player, but again, we have to factor in the injuries and last year Green Bay's receiving room overall. It was a wide receiver by committee. That's how I view Green Bay's receiver room. I think I like Jaden Reed the most because he's more versatile. But when you look at Doves, Reed, Wicks, even Bo Melton, nobody really stands out as, hey, this guy could be a one. Christian Watson does have an outside shot to be a wide receiver one in an NFL offense, in this Packers offense. It's just dependent on his health and at his cost right now. I mean, why not? Where did you get his ADP? Because I'm seeing wide receiver 40 and right around ADP of 98.
Yeah, that's what I'm seeing as well.
Yeah,
I mean, to get the possible number one receiver in a top 10, top 15 offense, who we've seen when he's healthy, he's explosive. He can score touchdowns in the red zone. That's for sure. I mean, the cost is pretty much nothing and the talent is there. We know that. So,
yeah.
the role said he's got Reed and Watson a tier apart in Dynasty. Joe Carlton came in and said the ADP gap between Watson and Reed is definitely a bit silly. Yeah, I completely agree. I don't know what it is. I mean, I think it's recency bias. I think Jaden Reed looked good, but Jaden Reed didn't look too good in the playoffs. I mean, when the games mattered, I mean, Romeo Dobbs was the main target in the playoffs and Wicks. So, yeah, definitely somebody that I'm targeting. I want to get to some comments here too. To shift gears here, the role says, have you seen this meme where a Steelers fan is calling Justin Fields ass when he was a Bear, and then he goes to the Steelers, and then he was like, hell yeah, Steeler Nation. Have not seen that one. If you got us on Twitter, feel free to shoot that over to us. Jamie said, I sold Christian Watson for the 205 in Superflex, and Bo Nix was on the clock. Yeah, I'm okay with that. You're getting a quarterback that has first round capital. I'm a Broncos fan, so there's bias there, but that the value will hold up. If Christian Watson, for as much as I like him, if he has a bad year this year and the health is there, his value is pretty much a third, fourth round rookie pick, maybe. Like that's what you're gonna get for him. So Bo Nix will hold value even if he doesn't have a good year this year. So I totally get that. And Joe Carlton said it's the injuries, but if you paid attention, you saw that Reed got worn down and battered when he had higher volume. Yeah, I mean, and it's kind of the same conversation we talk about with Amon-Ra St. Brown too, right? I mean, overusage, these smaller guys, sometimes it just wears on them. And so yeah. So one more thing, Clueless said, when I go to my rankings on that site, it has everyone at the